Hello, hello, and welcome into the weekly mixing stream here. We are mixing a song called It Never Ends today. It'll be kind of an interesting one. We're mainly focused more on the instrumental for this one. There is a vocal, but it's more of a scratch vocal. You can see it's stereo, so we'll get to that when we get to that. We got a couple different reference tracks. It'll kind of be an interesting song to mix through and bounce back and forth. There's two different versions of the song as references, so this is going to be like the third version of the song. It'll be a fun one to mess with here, but as always, link at the top of the chat, top of the description. You can download the multi-tracks for this song completely for free, pull them into your DAW, and you can mix along with the stream here. There's so many other multi-tracks on that page as well. They're all completely free. Grab any of them that you want. There's links back to all of the streams, each of the streams that goes along with the multi-tracks. You can come back, you can follow along with the replay and mix along with me, or you can just use any of them for your own free mixing practice as you wish. Here we've got drums, bass, couple electrics, acoustics, keys. There's a lead vocal, it's a scratch at the moment, and then we got a big set of background vocals here. I do have my Mix Plus processing up and in place here. I've got the console shaper. Just the drive setting is turned on. It's all the way down at 0, but it's turned on, so it gives me some of that analog console depth. I have the Britcomp here, the PreSonus Britcomp. This is my Mix Bus compressor here. It's their SSL style bus compressor. So 2-to-1 ratio, 30 millisecond attack, 100 millisecond release, negative 1.6 on the threshold, and a dB of makeup gain. This gives me like 2 or so dB of reduction as I bring the mix up into it. And I never touch this. I never change the settings on this. I mix into it, and it gives me what I want pretty much 90% of the time, 99% of the time. Following that, the end of my Mix A chain, which is where I'm doing most of my Mix Bus processing, is the soft tube tape machine. Color amount is a click up from default here at 5.1. I run it on the B type because it gives me the most bottom end warmth out of the track, which is the biggest benefit I want is on the kick and the bass. So I really like what it does there. And then 30 IPS on the tape speed there. This is sending into Mix B, which is doing some parallel processing on the entire mix. We'll get to that towards the end of the track is when I blend that in once there's kind of a full mix going. But both of these, Mix A and Mix B, are sending into my actual Mix Bus here, which I'm doing a little bit of limiting here. I've got 6 dB of gain into a negative 1 dB ceiling, fastest release here. This gives me that mastering style level and that mastering style limiting, but you can see I pull my main output down by 6 dB to compensate, so I'm not listening super loud. So I get that level, the balance change, and I get the little bit of limiting, so I know what it's going to sound like when I send it into my mastering session, but I'm not killing my ears and listening super, super loud the entire time. So let's scroll over here. I'm going to kind of mute everything out here, and we will build this track up from scratch. Our rhythm guitars here, bass, and then our drums. Starting with our kick drum here. I think the only thing that's already going on the kick drum is the limiters here. They're each doing 2. So just a touch of safety there on our kick drum. In place. So the only thing this first EQ is doing at the moment is a high pass at 34, and then this big narrow cut at 789. Compressor sounds really good. Doing about 8.5 dB reduction, 30 millisecond attack, 60 millisecond release. Main idea here pretty much is to have it moving in time, which it is. 3-to-1 ratio as well. I'm digging that. Let's get it some top end click here. I like that. About 11 dB boost there. The bottom end is already super solid. I'm going to pull this back because I'm going to give it just a click here at the bottom. Just a little bit. I like that. It needs a little bit more click though now. I like that. That feels good to me. Level looks okay there. Cool. Let's look at the snare drum. Oh, you know what? That's not coming in here. So let's fix that really quick. The sub is not routed into our kick level. So hold on here. Let's fix that. Let's get our limiters reset here because it's going to give us some extra oomph. There was already a ton of bottom end on it though, which was surprising. I wonder if our limiters are okay. Seems like it. Yeah, so I'm just going to click this back on. We'll just kind of quickly tweak these things. The ringing frequency is probably still the same. Yeah. And our compressor is actually pretty close. The sub makes a difference, but it's super, super low. It's just this is probably what we'll have to readjust here, so I'm going to kind of turn that top end boost off for just a second. I like it in the same spot. Interesting. Yeah, I like it. Onward and upward to our snare here. Same thing to start. I want to have the limiters in place. Let's make sure we're good here. Seven, so this is down 2 from there. I've been kind of trying to leave some of the ringing frequencies, the resonances alone lately. I feel like I've been getting too carried away with it. So I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to try and ring out the snare in isolation, but if we get into the full mix and they're bothering me, then I'll kind of hunt for them and pull them down. I feel like I've been getting carried away with it lately. Just a high pass to start here. I like that. This is my favorite compressor on snare drum lately, but on the drum bus I've been using it too. It's a DBX 160 XT emulator. It is a free plugin if you can find it. I say that because it's very hard to find. Okay, but we've done a 10 dB boost, a 7 dB boost here. We're gonna need some extra control, so I'm gonna pull one of these limiters down and just kind of. There is where I'm hearing at the moment. Is there a higher one? that's okay for the moment. Let's look at our toms here. I don't think we have that many actual tom fills, but we have this bridge section that's more tom driven. High pass just below our fundamental of our floor tom, and then I'm going to sweep out a bunch of the low mids here. Give the tom some clarity. And then some attack at about 4K here. Now, because this section is a little bit busier, I might see if we put something like so that one is where it's really catching. So maybe we pull it back just a touch here. But this will kind of help to make sure that our toms never get too out of hand and they never really way jump out of the track. We can kind of park them right above so they sit and they're present, but they're never going to be way louder in this spot. Here's our mono room. I don't like a lot of the top end coming through in the mono room. I don't want all that cymbal noise. I kind of just want some beef and a little bit of mids, like here at like 1K for the room sound. But I'm going to pull out a whole bunch of this 400. I like that. I've been doing lately is doing some bus processing. This seems like so much extra stuff here, but it's like a dB or two. But listen to what it does to the power of the kick drum. I like what it does when they're not playing at the same time, but there's some areas there where he's playing kick and snare at the same time. This is too much for that. So we're going to stick with back just a click there, but let's keep moving. Let's look at our bass guitar here. Always tempted to pull out some of this 200 area, but I keep putting it back in at the end of the chain these days. So we're gonna leave it. Let's just get our compressor going. There's a little glitch there on the bass guitar, isn't there? So let's group these 3 tracks together, and I'm just going to grab the downbeat of this one and put it here. Now I want to control the bottom end here, so I'm going to use this multi-band, and we're going to look at 180 hertz and below here with the multi-band. So we're just going to compress this area first here, 20-to-1 ratio, fastest attack, fastest release. We're going to even this out. Quite as crazy. It'll get crazier when we push into it, but so now we're going to push into it. I'm going to do a little bit of the 700. 4K. Then end of the chain here. Boost up some bottoms, 80. You're asking in the chat there if I use all stock plugins. I'm using all stock plugins except for the tape machine on the end of my mix push chain. Everything else is stock plugins here inside of Studio One. If there was a stock tape machine, I would be all stock, but I've yet to see any DAW implement a stock tape machine. I feel like it's on the horizon, and we'll get one soon in some kind of DAW, but that's the only thing that's not stock here. I like where the bass is sitting. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of notches sitting here, aren't there? on the piano. Let's kind of see what's going on with this piano here. I'm going to use this last one here to... Okay, so that sounded a little bit better. The soft tube tape machine, yes. Let me show you that on the mix bus. So end of the mix bus chain here is the soft tube tape machine. It's the only non-stock plugin I think I'm using. There's one more on the snare drum. This is free though. This is the other not stock plugin I'm using. It's the RLC79. It's like the best plugin emulation I could find of a DBX 160 XT, the single rack mount version. This is free though. It's just difficult. It was just difficult to find. But other than those two, it's pretty much all stock here in the mix. And then what else did I see there? What is the mic? This one here. This is the Lewitt 540, the Sub-Zero. It looks like a 440 peer. Yeah, I think it's the one above the 440. Yeah, the 540. So it's the 440 peer. This is just the one above the 440. It's the 540, and then I think it's the 640, and so on and so forth. I really like this one. I loved it on acoustic guitar. I used to have it back behind me, if you can see the chair back there. But I put it up here because I like recording background vocals on it, and you'll hear the background vocals in this track at some point. But all the background vocals in this track are recorded on this mic here. Yeah, the notch took out the resonance. There were a couple. I don't think it took out too much here on the piano. I think they're okay. I think those aren't nice resonances. That's why I stopped there. I kept searching for more. So we'll see there if I end up with those staying in. I'm happy with the piano. On to our acoustic guitars next here. Oh, you're using the tape machine on your mix effects? That's interesting. That is one of the reasons I grabbed the soft tube tape machine over like the Slate Digital one or the Kramer tape or something like that, is because it does show up here. But I like having it, I think, at the end of the chain. I like feeding into it. So console shaper, then mix bus compressor, then tape machine is kind of the way I've settled having it. But that is cool. I'm sure it sounds really, really good there as well. Let's keep moving here. I'm going to use the multi-band here because we're getting kind of dynamic with the guitar. It starts a little bit quieter and then kind of builds into the sections. So I'm going to start talking about how to handle it. Maybe I'll do it on the bottom end too. This is an AI song here. This is the original song here. So this is kind of how this song is coming to fruition. This is the original song, and then there's an AI version of the song that's a little bit different of a vibe and genre, I would say. And we're doing kind of a hybrid of both here. So we took the original, took the inspiration of the AI version, and we're recreating it here with actual instruments. So you can hear, if we just listen to this intro section, you can hear the difference between live musicians here and then AI. You can just hear the human I especially hear it on the acoustic guitars. The piano to me in the AI version obviously sounds really mechanical. Piano, when it's generated, it feels electronic to me. I don't know, it's just something about it, but I'm a keyboard player, so I feel like I notice that more sometimes. But on the guitar, I feel like you can really hear the human element, which is nice. So just a brief detour there. Here's our electrics. These guys look super, super loud. So we're just going to come in here. I'm going to bring both of them down by about 6 dB. So here's our, I'm going to group these together, or not group them, but send them to a bus here. I'm probably not going to mix them on the bus here because they're different parts. probably doesn't need the compression. So this is kind of one of those things that it doesn't need it, but I like what this compressor does. Cool, here's our other one. I'm going to kind of just click these off and see where we sit settings-wise. Frequency-wise, from being like bottom end heavy to being top end heavy. So let's kind of even that out here. Blend in some of this bass distortion track here. sun plate on the snare drum. Here's our organ. It just kind of hides under the track there in the intro and the verses, and then in the chorus we have a nice little bed, something that's going to fill the space in the track a little bit. I'm digging it. Let's get this vocal in. The vocal is just pulled from the original mix for now, so it's a little...
The strength you have inside, it never ends, and others by your...
It's a little wonky sounding because it's just grabbed from the original track for now. Not the AI track. The AI track. It never ends. Obviously really AI vocals, but this is pulled from the original track, just isolate stems kind of thing.
The strength you have inside.
It's just so the artist has a reference point that's them rather than AI.
The strength you have inside, it never ends, and others by your side, it never ends. Your strength, it never ends. My love, it never ends. And thank God he made it through. 'Cause you have strength within. To win this battle ahead, you can make it through. Now it's up to you. It never ends. The strength you have inside, it never ends. 'Cause you have strength within. To win this battle ahead, you can make it through. Now it's up to...
I'm not going to do too much work on this vocal. I just want it to be there so I can send the artist a version with their voice kind of in it.
It never ends. The strength you have inside, it never ends. And others by your side, it never ends. Your strength, it never... 'Cause you have strength within. To win this battle ahead, you can make it through. Now it's up to you. Now it's up to... 'Cause you have strength within. The strength you have inside, it never ends. And others by your side, it never ends. Your strength, 'cause you have strength within. To win this battle ahead, you can make it through. 'Cause you have strength, 'cause you have strength within. To win this battle ahead, you can make it through. Now it's up to you. It never ends. The strength you have inside, it never ends. Never thought I'd know Someone who overdosed just a heartbeat away from leaving this world behind. But you woke up a new man.
So that's just a scratch kind of vocal thing to throw in there. Let's look at these backgrounds here. Should we reference first?
Strength you have inside, it never ends. And others by your side, it never ends. Your strength, it never ends. My love, it never ends. Your faith, it never ends. My hope, never thought I'd know.
I like the vocal better up the center instead of having kind of a weird version.
Someone who overdosed just a heartbeat away. Strength you have inside, it never ends. And my hope, it never ends. My hope, it never ends. Your strength, it never ends. My love, strength you have.
Kind of weird and kind of phasey because it's a scratch pulled from the original version of the track right now, which sounds like this, by the way.
Your strength, it never ends. My love, it never ends. Your faith, it never ends. My hope, it never ends. Your strength, it never ends. My love, it never ends. Your faith.
So that's the original version of the track that is out. You can listen to that. This is an artist named Rich Anthony. So you can look him up and listen to him. A lot of cool music, and always good inspiration behind his music as well. So you can check him out. And then this is
The strength you have inside, it never ends. And others
the AI recreation that we have. And then this is ours so far. So we've got his vocal kind of patched in from the original, and then the backing track we're creating here. We're going to reference, actually, is what I'm going to do. I have the two original tracks here, and we'll listen to how those are sounding. But I'm going to pull over my reference tracks here as well. Just kind of see here. We'll probably just do 6 bars or so. And I want to get the drums and most of the instrumental set here before I try and blend in the background vocals. Because there's no like oohs, ahs, background vocals in either version, so it's not a huge deal if we don't get those in right now. So let's kind of see here. We're going to do the frequency trick here, the EQ trick. We're going to look at 50 hertz and below first. I'm going to kick up the volume here to about 6 dB above 0 here. So if you're listening on a bigger system, big speakers with subs, you might want to turn your volume down a little bit here. Because we're going pretty loud, but I'm listening on headphones. I really want to focus in on the bottom end here. So let's take a listen here. Just 50 hertz and below, and we'll reference against the original tracks here, as well as my reference tracks. Not bad in the sub area. I'm going to check the frequency range above it to see if I need to boost overall or if I just need to give some more sub. think what I'm going to do is we're going to come back to the sub area, and I'm going to give the kick just a click more sub. Yeah. Like 40 hertz or so. That feels much better. Okay. So let's go up now. I like to go from looking at the super, super low end to looking at the super, super top end. Kind of shock my ears a little bit. Make sure I don't get too focused in on one frequency range overall. Could use more top on the snare. If you noticed when we looked at the bottom end on the AI one, it was nice and it was tight and it had some good punch to it. And then we listened to the top end and it sounds all fizzled out and phasey and wonky. That's what AI top end sounds like. I feel like there's always way too much of it as well. I'm not going to worry too much about the vocal. Cool, it sounds good out wide. Let's keep moving here. You can hear there's like a tambourine bleeding in from the original vocal. That's okay at the moment. Does Studio One have playlists for us? Edit old bass take. Oh, yes. I know what you're talking about. Yes. Let me see if I have. I do have one. They're called layers in Studio One. So if you right-click on a channel, come down to layers, you can add new layers, you can duplicate layers, rename layers, remove layers, and such. So you can see I have an edited version of the bass here where I kind of cut out the silence and added the fades and such here, and then I just named it edit. So they just show up. I think this is a custom shortcut I created. Maybe not, but I have Control-C, opens and closes layers, and you'll know there's a layer with kind of this little icon right here. You can see this doesn't have it, and then there's like a little tab there at the beginning of the track that shows you there's a layer. So they're on. I have them on the electric as well because there's the DI here. These are amp simulators that are on both of the electrics. So I print the amp sim, but I keep the DI in case I need it here. But you can see those below there. Anything else? There's an original take of the piano, so an older take of the piano. But yeah, there are playlists. That's what they're called in? Is it Pro Tools? They're called playlists in, but they're called layers in Studio One here. But yes, there are. I'm going to lift just the click of top end there. Other than that, I'm happy with that frequency range there. Let's keep moving here. 2K to 5K, so kind of our high mid area here. Little pick up on the snare. Is that the electric's getting had there? I keep hearing that. Let's fix that really quick because it's going to bug me if I just continually hear that over and over. I like that one. Much better. All right, let's get back to where we were here and kind of finish out referencing here on the track. I like it. Let's keep moving. 1K to 2K. Cool, I'm digging that. 500 to 1K now. That sounds great as well. Let's keep rolling. 200 to 500 here. here to thin out some muddiness in the low mids, and then kind of low mid bottom end here to finish off. I'm digging how it sounds. Okay.
Strength you have inside, it never ends. And others by your side, it never ends. Your strength, it never ends. My love, it never ends. Strength you.
Let's look at our backgrounds here and let's get this track finished out. We won't need that EQ on our bus anymore, our master.
For you, it never ends, my love.
Ooh, these already have processing on them. Perfect, perfect. Okay, we'll just run through these really quick here. These are pairs. Sometimes I mix my backgrounds as I go.
My love for you.
High pass, a little bit of high mids, bunch of top end.
It never ends, my love for you. It never
70 dB
ends,
reduction.
my love for you. It never ends, my love for you. It never ends, my.
I will over DS background vocals because a stack of them, an S and a bunch of stack will come out a bunch more, and I want the main sibilance range coming from the lead vocal here. Here's our second harmony.
My love for you, it never ends, my love for you.
Same thing.
It never ends, my love for you. It never ends, my love for you. It never ends, my love for you. It never ends, my love for you.
So each of these is a pair, and then here's our last harmony.
It never ends, my love for you. It never ends, my love
A little bit more on the
for
de-esser there.
you. It never ends,
So let's kind of balance these in.
my love for you. It never ends, 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 my love for you.
It never ends. Strength you have inside, it never ends. And others by your side, it never ends. Your strength, it never ends. My love for you, it never ends. My love for you, it never ends. It never ends. It never ends. My love, it never ends. Sometimes I count my blessings. Sometimes I count my blessings.
I'm going to get rid of this kind of weird ooh here.
Sometimes I
It sounds weird because it's clipped from the original song, so I'm just going to edit that out for a moment.
Sometimes I count my blessings. You were one of the lucky ones to never have a second chance to live again. To live again. Your life had heartache and pain. Your life had heartache and pain. At times you to live again. Your life had heartache and pain. At times you want. It never ends. 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 It never ends.
sounding pretty good. Hello there, Phase Station. Am I reading that right? Phase Station in the chat. Hello, welcome into the stream. Link at the top of the chat, top of the description. If you're watching, you can download the multi-tracks for the song. You can mix along with the stream completely free. You can just use them for your own mixing practice if you would like as well. This is just a 6-second plate reverb here with everything below 300 hertz rolled off, blended lightly under the background.
It never ends. I think of all the times I could have done so much more, but I tried my best. Can you forgive all the rest? But you woke up a new man and promised never again. You were good for a year. Never thought I'd know someone who
I'm going to take this hall reverb, I think, and I think we're going to blend some of this underneath the piano and the acoustic. We're going to see what this sounds like. I'm going to get rid of the pre-delay on it. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it stereo first. So I'm going to put a splitter tool in here. I'm going to make it channel split so we have access to the left and the right. I'm going to put one on the left channel here, and then I'm going to copy it over to the right channel. So we got the same reverb on the left, and on the right, we're going to send stuff into this, but I'm going to reverse the panning on the output here. So left channel goes to the right channel goes to the left, and then we're going to send the acoustics and the piano to this. I'm going to take it off the lead guitar. I left that in there in case we finish this, we get the lead vocal in, and we're like, hey, let's throw a lead guitar in there somewhere, maybe on the outro chorus or anywhere. So it's in there in case we need it.
sometimes I count my blessings. You were one of the lucky ones. So never had a second chance to live again. Never ends. Sometimes I count my blessings. You were
I kind of want to add some ooze here.
Sometimes I count my blessings. You were one of the lucky ones. So never had a second chance to live again. So never had a second chance to live again.
Okay, I'm gonna throw some in here. This might be a huge waste of time. I'm just gonna pull these back half for now. So you're gonna have to watch me excruciatingly track some background vocals.
Sometimes I count my
let's see where we're at. I want to kind of at least try and match.
My love for you.
All right, so that's our middle one. Let me see here. My mic's gonna get quiet for a second. Don't fear. Oh, it already was quiet, huh? That's okay. We're gonna do some background vocals here, and then maybe I'll fix my mic as well. But let's see here. Let's track this middle one.
Sometimes I count my blessings. You were one of the.
All right, that's where I want to be.
Sometimes I count my blessings. You were one of the lucky ones. So never had a second chance.
I missed that, didn't I? Ooh.
Sometimes I count my blessings. You were one of the lucky ones. So never had a second chance to live again. Your life had heartache.
All right, let's kick that up a couple clicks. I'll just tune these as I go. Not that I'll be super far off or anything, but just so they all kind of... There's that. Let's double it up here.
Sometimes I count my blessings. You were one of the lucky ones. So never had a second chance to live again. Your life had heart.
All right, we've got a pair there. Same thing here. So that's F sharp to E. Let's see where we want to go next. So we've got F sharp to D. I'm going to step over here for a second, and I'm going to click on my keyboard to try and find the next harmony up here. I think I want to do that with the top one. If I end up doing something crazy on these, we might be here a second, but I don't want to get too carried away with them. That's where I want to be on the top one. Let's see if we can find it in. Okay, that's kind of where I want to be.
Sometimes I count my blessings. You were one of the lucky ones. So never had a second chance to live again. Your life had.
Okay, so that's our top one. Are we kind of okay volume-wise there? It should be all right. Let's get this guy kind of fixed up here. And there's that step down there. Just tighten everything up, and then let's double it. Ooh, didn't mean to do that. All right. That was a disgraceful start.
Sometimes I count my blessings. You were one of the lucky ones to never had a second chance to live again. Your life had heart.
Okay, let me get that in there. I want something different, I think, on the bottom one. So we might listen a second here and kind of...
Sometimes I count my blessings. You were one of the lucky ones to never had a second chance to live again. Sometimes I count my blessings. You were one of the lucky ones to never had. Sometimes I count my blessings. You were one of the lucky ones to never had a second chance. Sometimes I count my blessings. You were one of the lucky.
All right, I'm going to step over a second, kind of see where I want to put this one.
Sometimes I count my blessings. You were one of the lucky ones to never had a second chance to live again. Sometimes I count my blessings. You were one of the lucky ones to never had a second chance to live again. Sometimes I count my blessings. You were one of the lucky ones to never had a second chance to live again. Sometimes I count my blessings. You were one of the lucky ones to never had a second chance to live again. Sometimes I count my blessings. You were one of the lucky ones to never had a second chance.
All right, I think I want to put some da-da-das in here, is what I think I'm going to do for the low one. And then I have a strange idea for a high one that we may or may not put in here. But let me see where this is in first.
Sometimes I count my blessings. You were one.
That's where I want to put the bottom one. So let's...
Sometimes I count my blessings. You were one of the lucky ones to never had a second chance to live again. Your life had.
That's where I want the bottom one to be. Let me make sure that guy's good there. Boop. Dot, 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 all the way out. Okay. And then let's double it.
Sometimes I count my blessings. You were one of the lucky ones to never had a second chance to live again. Your life had.
All right. Okie dokie, okie dokie. Let's get that guy all set here. Everything looks okay. Just straighten it out. Let's see where we're at so far.
Sometimes I count my blessings.
to put another one above that. Whoa, is where I want to put another one. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna put one more in here above that. So I'm gonna duplicate this middle one. And we're gonna put, this is way too much. It's obviously way too much, but we can always mute them if the artist doesn't like them. If they're like, this is garbage, get rid of it. We'll get rid of it. Is where I want to put this one.
Sometimes I count my blessings. You are the lucky ones. So never had a second chance to live again. Your life had heartache and
Cool. Yeah, I might just leave that like that. I don't think that needs to be kicked up. Let's straighten these out here so they're not out of key or anything. Let's blend that. Oh, let's double that one.
sometimes I count my blessings. You are the lucky ones. So never had a second chance to live again. Your life had heart.
Alrighty there. Got a double for that. And then I think one more on the second half of the bridge. Maybe. Let's listen to these.
Sometimes I count my blessings. You are the lucky ones. So never had a second chance to live again. Your life had heartache and pain.
I'm just going to put a little fade in here.
Sometimes I count my blessings. You are the lucky ones. So never had a second chance to live again. Your life had heartache and pain. At times you wanted the end, but you made it through. Sometimes I count my blessings. You are the lucky ones. So never had a second chance to live again.
I want a walking one that starts like here.
So never had a second chance to live. So never had a second chance.
I want it to start up there. Is where I'm gonna put it, for no reason at all, for absolutely no reason at all, for just a crazy fun. All right, I need one bar, and then we're. These are not easy to do while drinking coffee either. I need my ear. Let's see if I even got close to that. That was really high for me. We might just get this one right, and then double it. This should be E though. Is that where I want it to be? No, I want it to be D, E actually. So this was in the right spot. That was too high. Okay. Let's double it and then we'll blend it in and we'll call this middle section done here because it's getting a little bit intrusive now, isn't it? I need to start on the right note. Oh. Did we get closer that time? We got a little closer that time. Oh. Yeah. Let's get rid of that. And let's get the ending cut here. And now we have enough background vocals to make everybody happy here. Let's listen.
Sometimes I count my blessings. You are one of the lucky ones to never have a second chance to live again. Your life had heartache and pain. It never ends. My love for you. It never ends. My love for you. It never ends. It never ends. The strength you have inside. It never ends. And others by your side.
It never ends, my love for you. It never ends.
Your faith, it never ends. My hope, it never ends. My hope, it never ends. It never ends. It never ends. It never ends.
You're saying why don't you start step by step so we can follow along? I did all the way like an hour and a half ago. We've been going for an hour and a half, so we're well into the mix here. You should be able to go scroll back in the live stream. We literally start from the raw tracks, and I've mixed all the way through. The multi-tracks are available as well at the top of the chat, top of the description, completely free to download, and you can go back to the beginning of the stream. The replay will stay up as well, so you can follow all the way along. And I'll probably update the multi-tracks as well to have these extra background vocals that we added in. But other than that, yeah, we did go step by step. So if you do have any questions about anything, you can drop them in the chat as we finish up here, or you can drop in the comments below, and I'll answer them if you have any from earlier. But yeah.
It never ends. It never ends. It never ends. It never ends. Sometimes I count my blessings. You are one of the lucky ones to never have a second chance to live again. Your life had to never have.
All right, let's bounce these here, and then get our edit right, and then we should be set here. I think that's the only other thing that we were missing in the song. I just got to this section. I was like, geez, we need some background vocals. So let's get the edit set here. I'm going to group these. And then we'll fade. I don't want to do that, I guess, huh? I just want to do these guys.
Sometimes I count my blessings. You are one of the lucky ones to never have a second chance to live again. Ends my love for you. It never ends. My love for you. It never ends. It never ends. It never ends. My love, it never ends. Sometimes I count my blessings. Friends.
I think maybe we will bring this all the way out to the bar. It kind of sounds nice fading out.
Friends.
Yeah, I'm going to drag these out to the bar. Especially the drums there. We could use that extra little bit of cymbal.
Friends.
Our electrics could probably get a exponential fade. Did it click back up on me? There we go.
Friends. This world behind. World behind.
All right, that weird little click there is going to bug me if I don't fade that down.
World behind. World behind. But you woke up a new man and promised never again. You were good for a year. Do you even care? It never ends. 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 It never ends.
All right, last couple touches to the song here. We're going to do a little bit of clipping on the main here. So let's go here. And we're going to switch this to soft clip. Put it at like -5 or so, I think. Let's...
Sometimes I count my blessings. You are one of the lucky ones. The strength you have inside. It never ends. And others by your side. It never ends. Your strength, it never ends. My love, it never ends. It never ends. It never ends.
And now we're sending from mix A full signal into this mix B bus here. It's got a 33609 style compressor on it, 100 millisecond recovery, 2-to-1 ratio. Threshold is at -10. Gain's at 8 because we're going to do about 7 to 10 dB reduction if I play. And then an EQ afterwards, adding 3 dB at 60 and 3 dB at 7K. So I'm going to blend this up underneath the mix. We're going to do it in mono here as well. I don't need to be all zoomed in either.
Your strength, it never ends. My love, it never ends. Your faith, Never thought I'd know the strength you have inside. It never ends, and others by your side. It never ends. You're so much more, but I tried my best. Can you forgive all the rest? 'Cause there's one thing I know, I'll never let you go. The strength you have inside, it never ends, and others by your side.
All right, I'm digging where the track is sitting. I'm not too worried about the lead vocal there, as it's kind of a scratch from the original track. But we're gonna listen all the way through here. We're gonna do 2 listens. I'm gonna do one on headphones here, and then we might do one on the mains as well. Intro sounds a little wonky. Is it that acoustic there? And this organ? I don't like that acoustic for some reason. There we go. I just slid it over a little bit. All right. Let's take a full listen through here. I am going to jump all the way up to 0 here as well. I said I would fix my mic. Let me do that really quick. All right. We're going to listen all the way through the song here on headphones, and then we might do another listen on the mains here as well before we send this track off to the client. Let's listen here.
Never thought I'd know someone who overdosed just a heartbeat away from leaving this world behind. But you woke up a new man and promised never again. You were good for a year. Do you even care? It never ends. 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 I think of all the times I could have done so much more, but I tried my best. Can you forgive all the rest? 'Cause there's one thing I know, I'll never let you go. 'Cause I love you still, and I always will. It never ends. My love for you. It never ends. My love for you. It never ends. It never ends. It never ends. My love. It never ends. Sometimes I count my blessings. You are one of the lucky ones to never had a second chance to live again. Your life had heartache and pain, Times you wanted the end, but you made it through. And thank God you made it through. 'Cause you have strength within to win this battle ahead. You can make it through. To win this battle ahead, you can make it through. Now it's up to you. It's strength within to win this battle ahead. You can make it through. Now it's up to you. It never ends. The strength you have inside. It never ends. And others by your side. It never ends. Your strength to you. It never ends. The strength you have inside. It never ends. And others by your side. It never ends. Your strength, it never ends. My love, it never ends. Your faith, it never ends. My hope, it never ends. My hope, it never ends. Your strength, it never ends. My love, it never ends. Your faith, it never ends. My hope, it never ends. Your strength, it never ends. My love, it never ends. It never ends. My hope, it never. It never. It never. It never ends.
Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna soften this vocal here.
It never ends. It never ends.
All right. Other than that, I like it. Let's listen. I am going to do a listen through on the mains here in the room. And we'll make sure everything is honky-dory. But other than that, I'm super, super happy with this.
Never thought I'd know someone who overdosed just a heartbeat away from leaving this world behind. But you woke up a new man and promised never again. You were good for a year. Do you even care? It never ends. 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 I think of all the times I could have done so much more, but I tried my best. Can you forgive all the rest? 'Cause there's one thing I know, I'll never let you go, 'cause I love you still, and I always will. It never ends. My love for you. It never ends. My love for you. It never ends. It never ends. It never ends. My love, it never ends. Sometimes I count my blessings. You are one of the lucky ones. So never had a second chance to count my.
Okay, there's one thing I'm hearing. This happens sometimes. The ringing from the cymbals is coming through on the toms. So I'm just going to put an EQ here, and I'm going to loop these toms here, and I'm going to find it really quick.
Sometimes I count my blessings. You are one of the lucky ones. To never had a second chance to live again. Your life had heartache and pain. At times you wanted the end, but you made. At times you wanted. At times you wanted. At times you wanted the end, but you made it. At times you want. At times you. At times you. At times you want. At times you wanted the. You made it through. And thank God you made it through. And thank God you made it through. 'Cause you have strength within to win this battle through. And thank God. Times you wanted the end, but you made it. Times you wanted the end, but you made it through. And thank God you made it through. 'Cause you have strength within to win this battle ahead. You can make it through. Now it's up to you. It never ends. The strength you have inside. It never ends. And others by your side. It never ends. Your strength. It never ends. My love. It never ends. Your faith. It never ends. My hope. It never ends. My hope. It never ends. Your strength. It never ends. My love. Never ends. Your faith. It never ends. My hope. It never ends. Your strength. It never ends. My love. It never ends. It never ends. My hope. It never. It never. It never. It never ends. Ends. It never ends.
The only thing I heard here was some noise at the end on the acoustic, but other than that, I'm super happy with how this came out. That sounds awesome. The only kind of thing I adjusted was there was some weird remnants on the vocal because it was pulled from the original track to be a scratch here. I'm going to send multiple versions to the artist, one with the vocal in there and then one without the vocal in there. But other than that, man, I love how this track came out. I'm super pumped to get the artist in here and put their lead vocals on it. Maybe add some harmonies in that last chorus section on those call and answer lines. But other than that, it sounds super good. We are going to call it there for that one. Remember, link at the top of the chat, top of the description. You can download the multi-tracks for this song completely for free. You can mix along with the stream, mix along with me. Otherwise, you can just use them for your own free mixing practice. I try to do these every week, Wednesday, 1 p.m. Central Time here in the United States. I hope these are helpful because it's kind of always what I was looking for when I was starting out. Is just being able to watch someone mix a song from start to finish and mix the song along with them. So hope these are helpful. Every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Central Time in the United States here. There's always a set of multi-tracks available. And if you follow that link through, there's tons and tons of other multi-tracks that you can grab with links back to all of the streams. Thank you so much for hanging with me here for another one. And I will see you in another video very, very soon.